Hello, children. It's time for Chanukah. Let's sing songs, spin the dreidel, tell stories, and eat delicious latkes. Our wonderful festival of Chanukah comes on the 25th day of the Hebrew month of Kislev. During the 8 days of Chanukah, we light the Chanukiah every night. The Chanukiah is a menorah with 9 candles. One of the candles is the helper candle, the shamash. The other candles are for each of Chanukah's nights. The first night we light the shamash and 1 candle. On the second night we light the shamash and 2 candles. And on the third night we light the shamash and guess how many candles? That's right, 3. Then on the 4th night of Chanukah, we light the shamash and 4 candles. And so we continue each night until, on the very last night of Chanukah, the shamash lights all 8 candles. Our Chanukiah looks so beautiful and shining. We put it in the window and show its lovely glow to everyone in the street below. Now, come with me and listen to our friends Achi and Varda light the candles and say the Chanukah blessings.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu להדליק נר של חנוכה. אמן. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שעשה ניסים לאבותינו בימים ההם בזמן הזה. אמן. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. Amen.
Now, children, you can join us and sing with us the 3 blessings. Let's start together.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu להדליק נר של חנוכה. אמן. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שעשה ניסים לאבותינו בימים ההם בזמן הזה. אמן. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה.
Now, children, there is a beautiful song that we like to sing every night after lighting the Hanukkah candles. It is called Maud Sur, or Rock of Ages. Listen now while Achi sings the song for us, first in Hebrew and then in English.
מעוז צור ישועתי, לך נאה לשבח. תיכון בית תפילתי, ושם תודה נזבח. לעת תכין מטבח, מצרם נבח. אז אגמור בשיר מזמור, חנוכת המזבח. אז אגמור בשיר מזמור, חנוכת המזבח. Rock of ages, let our song praise thy saving power. Thou amidst our raging foes wast our sheltering tower. Furious they assailed us, but thine arm availed us. Then thy word broke their sword, when our own strength failed us. And thy word broke their sword, when our own strength failed us.
מעוז צור ישועתי, לך נאה לשבח. תיכון בית תפילתי, ושם תודה נזבח. לעת תכין מטבח, מצרם נבח. אז אגמור בשיר מזמור, חנוכת המזבח. אז אגמור בשיר מזמור, חנוכת המזבח.
The first Hanukkah happened a long, long time ago. It was more than 2,000 years ago, and that really is a long time. The Jewish people were living in their land of Israel, where they were very happy. They were free to practice their Jewish religion. They could go to the beautiful temple in Jerusalem to worship God. They could have their Shabbat at their homes. They could read the Torah and observe all the Jewish holidays. But one day, something happened. You see, Israel was part of a larger empire then, which was called Syria. And a new king came to the throne of Syria. His name was King Antiochus, and this is what he said.
My name is Antiochus the king, and I am so wonderful, you see, that everyone should be just like me. Now what I do is I bow down to Greek statues of the gods for my religion. I want everyone to have the same religion as me. No one is allowed to be free. Messenger, go and tell the people my rules.
Yes, Your Majesty. And the messenger went off to make the proclamation, but soon he was back. Your Majesty.
Yes, messenger, why are you back so soon?
It is the Jewish people, Your Majesty.
Well, what about them?
they do not want to bow down to statues. They say that their God is one God and cannot be seen. They say that they do not bow down to statues of other gods.
What? They refuse to obey my rules? Why, I am very, very angry. Send my soldiers into the land of Israel and tell the soldiers to make the people bow down to the statues. If they do not bow down, they will go to jail.
Everywhere, the soldiers of King Antiochus, the Syrian soldiers, began to march through Israel.
Bow down, Jewish people! Bow down to the statues! Whoever does not bow down will go to jail. And then the soldiers marched to the beautiful temple of King Solomon in Jerusalem. They took all the holy objects and threw them on the floor. They even took the Torah out of the ark and threw it on the floor and stepped on it. They threw the ark down also. They told the Jewish people, no more Torah, no more Shabbat, no more practicing the Jewish religion. You must bow down to the statues like King Antiochus. Now, children, do you think the Jewish people were happy?
No!
Of course they weren't happy. They were so sad, and some of them were even crying. Show me how they were crying. They said, how can we fight against the soldiers of King Antiochus? They have sharp swords. Do you hear those swords? And do you know what? They even have elephants. They ride on top of the elephants and shoot arrows at people on the ground. We can never stand up against the Syrian soldiers. What shall we do? Then something wonderful happened. There was a group of brothers called the Maccabees, and they were very brave. One day they stood up and said, Jewish people, do not be afraid. We will resist the armies of King Antiochus. And their leader, Mattathias, Judah Maccabee's father, called out to them, all those who want to follow God, follow me up into the hills. And many brave people followed Judah Maccabee and his brothers up into the hills, into the mountains, where they hid and formed an army. Now, Judah Maccabee was so strong that do you know what they called him? They called him the Hammer. What did they call him?
The Hammer.
And that's what Maccabee means, the Hammer. He was brave and strong. He made an army to fight against the Syrian soldiers. But the Jewish army was very small, and the Syrian army was very, very big. How could they win any of the battles? Well, I'll tell you how. They had a special way. They hid in the mountains, and then, when they heard the Syrian soldiers coming, making a lot of noise, marching along like this, the Jewish army, led by General Judah Maccabee, would ride down from the mountains and surprise the soldiers. Time and time again, they would wait until the Syrian army was right below them, and then they would run down and jump upon them and surprise them. Do you know what? They won battle after battle until, after 2 years, they won the whole war. King Antiochus had to say,
I am very sad. I guess I'll have to go away. I cannot win the battle against these brave Jewish people. They can have their religion. They can be free.
And King Antiochus went away. Do you think the Jewish people were happy?
Yes.
They shouted, hooray! Hooray!
Yay, hooray, hooray!
And Judah Maccabee said,
let's march into Jerusalem in triumph. Here they come now.
פרח אל פרח, זר גדול נשזור, לראש המנצח, מכבי גיבור. פרח אל פרח, זר גדול נשזור, לראש המנצח, מכבי גיבור.
But when they reached the holy temple of King Solomon, they stopped singing, and they all said, "Oh, no!"
What did they say?
Oh, no! Why were they so sad? I will tell you why. The temple was in ruins. It had been completely messed up by those Syrian soldiers. Remember that I told you the Torahs had been thrown on the floor, even the ark, all the holy objects broken? The temple was a mess. The people said, "What shall we do? Come on, everybody. What shall we do?"
But General Maccabee said, "Don't lose courage, my people. Let us all cooperate together, even the littlest children. Let's get our brooms, let's get our mops, and let's clean the temple from top to bottom." And that's what they did. They cleaned and they cleaned and they cleaned and they shined and they cleaned 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 and they shined till everything was all clean. And then it was time to light the temple's special menorah that was always supposed to be lit. Then the Jewish people said, "Oh, no!" What did they say?
Oh, no!
Because, you see, the menorah was a special lamp that used oil for its light. And guess what? There was not one jar of oil left. Those Syrian soldiers had broken all of them. "What shall we do?" they all said. Come on, what did they say?
What shall we do?
But then one little boy, who was only 5 years old, said, "Hey, look what I found." Everybody said, "Hooray! It's a jar of oil." But then someone said, "But it's only enough oil to burn for 1 day. Let's put it in the menorah anyway." And that's what they did. They lit the menorah, only expecting it to shine for 1 day. But do you know what? After 2 days, the light was still shining. After 3 days, it still was glowing. After 4, 5, 6, it was still a beautiful light. And finally, after 7 days, and after 8 whole days, with only enough oil for 1 day, for 8 days, that menorah was burning bright. And after that, they had enough oil to last forever and ever, because new oil was brought to the temple. The people said, "It is a miracle. It is a very, very special miracle." Let's say that together. It is a miracle. There was only enough oil for 1 day, but how many days did the light shine? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then Judah Maccabee said, "From now on, we will have a special holiday. We will call it Chanukah, and we will light a special lamp called the Chanukiah. The Chanukiah will have 8 candles that will be lit by a helper called the Shamash, and those 8 candles will remind us of the miracle of the first Hanukkah." Now, even though that happened 2,000 years ago, we still remember the story of the first Chanukah to this very day.
And now, let's all sing O Chanukah. O Chanukah, come light the menorah. Let's have a party, we'll all dance the hora. Gather round the table, I'll give you a treat. Say want to play with and latkes to eat. And while we are playing, the candles are burning low. One for each night, the shade, a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. One for each night, the shade, a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. O Chanukah, come light the menorah. Let's have a party, we'll all dance the hora. Gather round the table, we'll give you a treat. Everyone to play with and latkes to eat. And while we are playing, the candles are burning low. One for each night, they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. One for each night, they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. חנוכה, חג יפה כל כך, אור חביב מסביב, גילי ילד רך. חנוכה, סביבון סוף סוף, מה נעים וטוב. חנוכה, חג יפה כל כך, אור חביב מסביב, גילי ילד רך. חנוכה, סביבון סוף, מה נעים וטוב. חנוכה, חג יפה כל כך, אור חביב מסביב, גילי ילד רך. חנוכה, סביבון סוף, מה נעים וטוב.
Once upon a time, not very long ago, there was a little girl named Lisa. One morning, Lisa woke up so early because she was excited. Oh boy, tonight is the first night of Chanukah. We're going to have a party. We're going to spin the dreidels, eat latkes, and we're going to open presents. She ran to the kitchen. Oh, Mommy, I can't wait till I get my presents. Lisa's mother said, I don't blame you, dear, for wanting presents, but I hope you understand the true meaning of Chanukah. It's a festival of freedom. Do you remember how Judah Maccabee led all the Jewish people into freedom? Now we can practice our Jewish religion without any king telling us we can't. Oh, Mom, I don't care about that. I just want my presents. Finally, evening came, and it was time for the party. All Lisa's cousins, aunts, uncles, and her grandmother and grandfather came. They had a lovely feast, and then it was finally time for the presents. Grandpa gave every child a pretty little colored package. They tore them open. All the children got dreidels. Some were red and some were blue. Some were green and some were even gold and silver. Lisa got a dreidel too, but hers was not like the rest of them. It was just a little wooden dreidel, very old. She tried not to look disappointed. Grandpa said, Lisa, I hope you like your dreidel. It's very, very old. It belonged to my great-grandmother, and I think it's pretty special. Lisa tried to look happy, but that night when she went to bed, she felt very disappointed. She put the little wooden dreidel on her table beside her bed and started to go to sleep. When suddenly she heard a voice.
Lisa, it's me talking to you.
Who? What, me? She looked under her bed. She didn't see anything. Somebody's in this room.
Of course somebody's in this room. You just put me on the table by your bed.
But you're just a little wooden dreidel. Dreidels don't talk.
Don't be so sure. Things aren't always what they seem. You know I have special Hebrew letters on me, don't you? Those letters stand for the words Nes, Gadol, Haya, Sham. A great miracle happened there. That's talking about the Hanukkah miracle. But miracles can still happen. And I want to tell you something. I'm a magic flying dreidel. If you can sing a dreidel song to me, you will see something wonderful happen.
Oh, sure, I can sing a dreidel song. I know one called Sevivon. Sevivon, sov, Chanukah, hu hav tov, Chanukah, hu hav tov, Sevivon, sov. What's happening? You were just a little wooden dreidel, and now you're a great big dreidel.
That's right, Lisa. I told you something magical would happen. And now, if you're not afraid, jump on top of me and we'll go on a journey.
I'm not scared. I love adventure. Let me just get my bathrobe. Now I'll jump on you, dreidel, and up and away.
Up and away.
Out the window they flew, up into the night sky. Lisa was holding on to dreidel for her dear life. The moon was as big as a huge giant potato latke. The stars shone like 1,000 candles in Hanukkahs all over the world. The wind was blowing in their ears. And then dreidel said, "Hold on, Lisa. We're coming in for a landing." Oh, that's funny, dreidel. It was nighttime when we left, and in this place, the sun is shining. What place is this?
This place is called Latgagelt. It's the land of the selfish king of Latgagelt. But look, Lisa, here come some people now, and they don't look very happy. Let's listen to what they're saying.
Oh, we are so sad. It's hard living here in Latgagelt. The king will not let us be free to have Hanukkah. He says Hanukkah is only for the king. He keeps all the presents, all the toys, all the delicious candies for himself. We wish he would share. He has parks, but he's the only one who's allowed to play in the parks. He has restaurants that cook potato latkes, but he's the only one allowed in. We're so sad. And they walked away. Lisa said, "Oh, dreidel, how terrible! The king is so selfish. I would really like to meet him. I wonder how we could get to his palace."
Well, just walk down this road, Lisa. I believe the king's palace is not very far from here.
So Lisa and dreidel walked, and pretty soon they came to a glittering, beautiful castle. This must be it. Let's go right in and see if we can find the king. They walked into the castle, but they looked and looked all around. They didn't see the king anywhere. And then they heard a sound.
Oh, I am so sad and lonely.
That must be the king.
Yes, I'm sure you're right, Lisa. Let's go down into that room.
They opened up the doors, and sure enough, it was the throne room. There was the king sitting on a golden throne, with his head in his hands.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown. I am a very lonely, sad king. I thought I'd be happy with all these toys and things, but it's no fun all by myself. Oh! Look at that! A girl and a dreidel come to visit me. I'm so glad you're here.
Well, thank you, Your Majesty, said Lisa.
Yes, we're glad to be here too, said Dreidel.
We came from a land far away, and we're sorry that you are so sad. We thought you'd be laughing and happy with all the toys that you have here.
Oh, no, I am lonely.
Well, why don't you share all your toys? Why don't you let all the people in your land have Chanukah, and they could be free? Then they'd be happy again, and so would you.
Oh, you see, I can't do that, answered the king. I made a law. Chanukah is only for me, and that's me, the king. It's not for anybody else.
But if you're the king, you could change the law. Why don't you say Chanukah is for everybody and share all your presents?
Hey, that's a good idea. I'll make a new law. Every year we'll have a giant Chanukah party, and I'll give everybody presents. Come one, come all. If you don't come, everybody's invited.
That very night, there was a wonderful Chanukah party. All the people of Latgagelt came. They danced, they sang, and the king shared all his presents and toys with them.
From now on, Chanukah is free for everybody, and I am a happy king. You know what's on my face? A smile. You never saw that there before, did you? And now, Lisa and Dreidel, will you stay here and be my own special advisors forever and ever and ever?
Oh, no, we couldn't do that. We must be getting home. But I'm sure you will be happy from now on, King.
Well, all right. Goodbye, Lisa and Dreidel, and happy Chanukah. Thank you.
Lisa jumped on Dreidel. Up, up, and away! They went flying, flying through the sky, and quick as a wink, they were home. Lisa opened her eyes. Hey, here I am in my bed again, and there's my little wooden dreidel on the table. Just then, Lisa's mother came in the room. It's time to get up, dear. I'm sorry you're so sad. I know you didn't like your little wooden dreidel. What do you mean, Mom? I love this little wooden dreidel. It's the best present I ever got. And you know what, Mom? I love Chanukah, too. I'm so glad that we're all free to have Chanukah together and share with each other. Well, Lisa, said her mother, I'm very pleased with you. I think you're really learning the true meaning of Chanukah. Yes, Mother, I think I am too. And do you know what? I think this will be the best Chanukah I ever had.
And now, let's sing a song about the dreidel, the Sevivon. סביבון, סוף סוף סוף, חנוכה הוא חג טוב, חנוכה הוא חג טוב, סביבון, סוף סוף סוף, חג שמחה הוא לעם, נס גדול היה שם, נס גדול היה שם, חג שמחה הוא לעם. סביבון, סוף סוף סוף, חנוכה הוא חג טוב, חנוכה הוא חג טוב, סביבון, סוף סוף סוף, חג שמחה הוא לעם, נס גדול היה שם, נס גדול היה שם, חג שמחה הוא לעם. סביבון, סוף סוף סוף, חנוכה הוא חג טוב, חנוכה הוא חג טוב, סביבון, סוף סוף סוף, חג שמחה הוא לעם, נס גדול היה שם, נס גדול היה שם, Chag Simcha Ha'ulam. And now let's all sing I Have a Little Dreidel. I have a little dreidel, I made it out of clay, and when it's dry and ready, then dreidel I shall play. Oh, dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay. Oh, dreidel, 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 oh, dreidel I shall play. It has a lovely body, with legs so short and thin, and when it is all tired, it drops and then I win. Oh, dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay. Oh, dreidel, 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 oh, dreidel I shall play. Oh, my dreidel's always playful, it loves to dance and spin. A happy game of dreidel, come play now, let's begin. Oh, dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay. Oh, dreidel, 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 oh, dreidel I shall play. And now, let's do it all together. I have a little dreidel, I made it out of clay, and when it's dry and ready, then dreidel I shall play. Oh, dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay. Oh, dreidel, 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 oh, dreidel I shall play. It has a lovely body, with legs so short and thin, and when it is all tired, it drops and then I win. Oh, dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay. Oh, dreidel, 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 oh, dreidel I shall play. My dreidel's always playful, it loves to dance and spin. A happy game of dreidel, come play now, let's begin. Oh, dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay. Oh, dreidel, 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 oh, dreidel I shall play.
Joshua and Rachel were a brother and sister who lived in a little house near the woods with their mother and father. They were not happy. In fact, they were sad. You see, it was almost Hanukkah. But that day their mother and father had said to them, "Children, we're very sorry. We are so poor this year that we won't be able to have our favorite Hanukkah food, potato latkes. You know what it takes to make a latke. Potatoes, lots of oil, eggs, onions, and all we have to eat is old, stale, dry crusts of bread. You can't make latkes out of that. At least we have candles to put in our Chanukiah." Joshua and Rachel decided that they wanted to surprise their mother and father. Maybe if they went out in the woods, they could find some nuts and berries. At least then they'd have something besides old, stale crusts of bread to eat the first night of Hanukkah. So they went out in the woods to look for nuts and berries. But it was too late in the year. Everything had withered and fallen on the ground. They couldn't bring their parents any surprises. They sat down on a rock sadly, wondering what to do, when suddenly they saw someone coming toward them. It was an old, old lady, carrying a big, heavy suitcase. She came hobbling right up to them and said, "Oh, you poor little children! Why are you so sad? No one should be sad on Hanukkah. What is the matter?" And they explained to her that they couldn't have potato latkes and had wanted to surprise their parents but couldn't. "Oh, well, let me just look in my suitcase. I think I have just the thing." She opened up her suitcase and rummaged around, and then pulled out,
"Here it is! A frying pan just for you."
"Oh, thank you," said Joshua and Rachel.
Wait a minute, children. Let me tell you about this frying pan. It is a magical frying pan. When you put it on the stove, all you have to do is say these special magic words. Listen carefully. Nes, Gadol, Haya, Sham. That means a great miracle happened there. Talking about the Hanukkah miracle, you know. But a new miracle will happen for you, because when you say those words, you know what it will do? It will start making potato latkes, and it won't stop until you say the other magic words, which are Judah Maccabee, the brave hero of Hanukkah. And now I must be going. Remember what I've told you. Goodbye.
And she disappeared into the woods. Joshua and Rachel jumped up and ran home. It was getting to be evening. They lit the Hanukkah candles, and then the children said, "Mom and Dad, look what we got for you." "Oh, a frying pan. How nice, children," said the parents. "But wait, we want to show you what it can do." They ran to the stove, and Joshua put the frying pan on the stove and said the magic words. Do you remember what they are? Nes, Gadol, Haya, Sham. And right away, do you hear that sizzling? Do you know what that sizzling means? It's the sizzle of latkes cooking. Soon the house was filled with a delicious fragrance. Yes, it was crispy, melt-in-your-mouth potato latkes, and it just went on cooking and cooking and cooking those potato latkes, and everybody ate and ate and ate and ate and ate till they were all full. And then Rachel said the magic words to make the frying pan stop making potato latkes. Do you remember those magic words? Judah Maccabee, the brave hero of Hanukkah. Right away, the frying pan stopped cooking the potato latkes and cleaned itself up, and all the plates were cleaned too. So Mama didn't have to do any work cleaning the kitchen that night. What a wonderful Hanukkah present. Don't you think so? The next day, everyone had to go out of the house to do something or other, except for the mother. She stayed in the house, and around 11 o'clock in the morning, she said, "Oh, I'm feeling hungry. I know what I could eat. Potato latkes. I'll just get that magic frying pan and say the magic words." And that's what she did. She took the frying pan, she put it on the stove, and she said the magic words. Do you remember what they are? Nes, Gadol, Haya, Sham. And right away, that delicious sizzling, that delicious fragrance, and Mama started to eat potato latkes. She ate, and 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 she ate. And finally she said, "That's enough, you dear frying pan. You can stop now." Do you think those words made the frying pan stop? Of course not. Those were not the magic words to make it stop. I said, "Frying pan, stop making potato latkes. Oi, oi, gewalt, stop making potato latkes. They're filling up the kitchen. They're filling up the house." And soon, potato latkes came bursting out the door. Down the path it went. Down into the town. Potato latkes went into the police station. The policeman said, "Stop in the name of the law." Do you think those were the magic words? N-O spells no. Potato latkes went into the mayor's office. The mayor said, "No potato latkes allowed in my office." But that didn't stop them either. Potato latkes went into the school. The principal said, "Out! No potato latkes allowed in the school." But that didn't stop them either. Meanwhile, back in the house, the mama had gotten her broom. She was saying, "Gewalt, gewalt! Oi, stop! You're getting my house all dirty! Grease on the floor and grease on the beds! Potato latkes are good, but not on the pillows! What are those magic words? I can't remember them! What? Let's see! Was it Zuda Zachaby? No, that wasn't it. Was it Buddha Backaby? No. Was it Duda Dackety? No, oh dear, I simply can't remember. Potato latkes were everywhere in town. People had to put on their galoshes to wade through them. Just then, Joshua and Rachel came back from playing in the woods. I smell something, Joshua, don't you? Yes, Rachel, said Joshua. It smells like potato latkes. Uh-oh, look, the whole town is filled with them. They went home as fast as they could go, but they couldn't go very fast, with potato latkes practically up to their waists. But finally they came to their front door. The front porch was all covered with greasy potato latkes. The mama was in there. Oy vey! Beating them down with a broom. Stop! Please stop! Oh, Zuda Zachaby! Oh, Gouda Gackety! No, that's not it! Joshua and Rachel remembered the magic words. Do you remember the magic words? Let's all say them together when I count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Are you ready? Judah Maccabee! Right away. Phew. The potato latkes were gone. The frying pan was clean. The house was clean. The town was clean. The police station was clean. The mayor's office and the school were all clean. Phew. Thank goodness, said the mama. I'm never going to forget those words again. Now I remember them forever. Judah Maccabee, the brave hero of Hanukkah. Now, children, let's invite the whole town for a big Hanukkah party at our house tonight. And that's what they had, a great big Hanukkah party. And guess what they all had to eat? Potato latkes! And now I'm going to sing for you a song about a little latke. I'm a little latke, a nice potato pancake. I come to you on Hanukkah for everyone to eat. Sometimes with applesauce, sometimes with jam, sometimes with sour cream, or just the way I am. I'm a little latke, a nice potato pancake. I come to you on Hanukkah for everyone to eat. And now will you sing that song with me? Come on, everybody, sing. I'm a little latke, a nice potato pancake. I come to you on Hanukkah for everyone to eat. Sometimes with applesauce, sometimes with jam, sometimes with sour cream, or just the way I am. I'm a little latke, a nice potato pancake. I come to you on Hanukkah for everyone to eat. Yum, yum, yummy in my tummy.
And now, parents, it's your turn. At the end of Hanukkah, you can record your children singing Hanukkah songs. You can record them the next 2 years. For their bar and bat mitzvah, these recorded tapes will make a beautiful present. We hope you enjoyed that tape and join us again for our next Jewish holiday tape.
Rock of Ages, let our soul